wonder what they're doing. It's great.
Oh, Kyle. Excellent.
How did you do that so fast? Oh. Hello.
Hi.
How do you like the design of the base? Let's
What
start from the
is
base and
what
go
is
up.
that?
It's a concrete cast.
Concrete cast.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a beautiful thing, right? You feed the fire from the side, you're getting this beautiful heat, and then there's layers, right? There's a grill underneath there. The idea that there's many different ways to cook.
You should come and see on this side. You see there's a ventilation.
Oh wow. And so the name of it is?
Well, we need a name.
We're still working
Oh,
on
you
the
created
name.
it.
We first invent and then we come up
You
with
know,
the name.
when somebody today was delivering here and said, "Oh, you're the house with the toilet bowl."
Is the house a toilet bowl?
They called this the toilet bowl, and we were just saying this is just got to be somehow the name of this prototype's got to have to do something about the toilet bowl.
No,
It can be. I like it.
I don't know about being associated with food though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the challenge, right?
And you cook some stuff on it already.
Yeah.
Wow, and it looks like this.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. So, I just like to document life in Toronto, and this is a neat split. I just came across and thought it was really
It's a very
cool.
unique corner. It's not just all Toronto. It's a very unique corner of Toronto.
What is this corner? What would you call this corner?
We call it by our own,
Oh, name.
Oh, your own name. It's very cool.
but it's a very selfish way of naming things, so we're not going to mention it.
That is great. Well, thank you for sharing this moment with me. Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Thank you.
passing by.
Take care.
You want the heat, you want that surface, and then it'll lift off on its own, and then you turn. So anytime you're dealing with fire, like wood fire, you're getting like, you're going to 600, 700, 800 degrees, right?
Yeah.
It's great.
So you're coaching him how to use this,
Exactly.
right? So that you can get the next one, right?
So I always say that the thing for me working with fire is patience. Let the fire do the work, right? Instead, there's the impatient. You want to touch it, you want to
Right,
move it. And it's
right.
like, no, you don't. Let the fire do what it needs to do. And there's very, very few. Like you want to move it maybe twice. That's it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And do you create this kind? Are you like somebody who invents and creates these kinds of things all the time?
I love to eat and I love food. So usually the two kind of come together, right? I'm always curious to know, what is there a better way, or the idea that you always find yourself in other people's spaces.
Right.
You get better at sort of navigating different equipment, different environments. You
Right.
get quite good at just at navigating and making decisions quite quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
But it's not like this is what you do for a business that you'd say, my name is, tell people to call
I
me.
am in food now,
Oh.
but I came back in food. Maybe that's a better,
Right.
because I did, not by my choice, but I grew up in food,
Right.
and then my first, the first chance I had to make my own decision, I got out of food,
Right.
and then I came back to it years later on my own
Wow.
will. Yeah,
And what do you mean you're born and grew up in food? Like your family background is?
yeah. My grandfather was a baker.
Uh-huh.
My father was a baker, but like really kind of old school baking. Like they had a communal oven. You imagine? So my grandfather happened to be the baker because he had the communal oven
Right.
under olive grove,
Yeah.
under olive farm.
Where from?
In Puglia.
Oh, yeah.
in Italy.
Italy, yeah.
So it's interesting that he just became the baker because he wouldn't let anybody cook. He would cook their food, cook
Right.
their doughs. And I remember this whole sort of, it's still, if you go back there, which I go quite often, they still had the old irons,
Ah,
because families were quite particular about their bread.
right.
And they wanted to make sure that what was coming back to them was their bread.
Right.
So there was all this system of irons with the family name that would be branded on their bread, and then they would come back and pick up their breads.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
quite interesting. But the idea of a real communal oven, I really like the idea that it was an oven that really was for the community. It
Right.
served the purpose of, the business and whatnot, but it served the purpose of, feeding that community. They had this amazing tool that they would come and cook their food
Right.
for the week.
Yeah, the closest I saw that I was in Morocco, in Tangier, we're walking through like, whatever the Kasbah or you know, and there was a main baker who was, people would bring stuff in the tagines and all those things, leave it, he'd cook it all up or bake the bread, and then they'd come and pick it up later in the day.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing, quite
It's
cool.
I mean, it still happens, and it's something I've always been, you know, I've been looking for a reason to do it here.
Right.
So this is kind of Nima and Benaz. They're good friends.
Uh-huh.
We've already worked on a few projects together.
Are you giving an interview?
No,
He
I mean,
is. He's suddenly.
well, he has good questions. So, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, this is kind of, it's funny, but this is a kind of I always say a work in progress. But
Right.
eventually, there is now a project that hopefully will have a communal oven.
Brilliant. And so you came back to food, you said. So you're
Yeah.
back doing.
I'm baking.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
There's a little bit burned.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of kind of. I don't know what was on there. Kyle better. He probably knows better than I do what was on it.
Yeah, it's a little bit burned.
But it's fine. You know, this is done.
Done?
Yeah.
It's chicken.
You scared of chicken?
Okay, let's take it out.
So great. Well, anyway, let me leave you to
What's
you.
your name?
Douglas. What's your
Andrea.
name?
Andrea.
Andrea.
Yeah,
Great,
good to meet
great.
you.
Good to meet you. Well, thank you for the information, you know.
No,
And this
it's a
great
good-
corner with these great folks. So have a great
Yeah.
evening and dinner.
These guys are amazing. If you're ever back again, they're always doing something. This is like, they call this the courtyard. They purposely have left it, and it's kind of like a, you know, a space of ideas and things over the summer and then the fall, and then every
It's
year.
like you
there's-
walk by here, there's something going on.
There's
usually in
always
this
something
corner.
going on. which
That's
is great.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you. Keep
Great.
enjoying.
The same.
Thank you all. Keep enjoying your evening. Thank you.
Kyle, I think these are good.
You think they're done?
Yeah, he's a bit.
So this corner, it's like a great corner. Beaconsfield Avenue. And I don't remember what this one street is, cross street is. I want to say it's like Seoul Avenue. Oh, Afton there. Afton Avenue. And then this is Beaconsfield that I'm going down now. And look at that corner. This is summer in the city in Toronto, right?
Where should we find you?
I'm on YouTube. I'm on VIS space RIA.
YouTube. Let me see. VIS
S space
space
RIA.
RIA.
That's
Audio
YouTube. That's it.
Wait, what's that again, sir?
VIS
Yes.
space
Space.
RIA.
Ooh, thank you, Bob.
Is it coming up? Just
Hold on, I'm just
VIS.
going to the bathroom quickly.
Like version. You see it? You found it? Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah, perfect. And then the other one is, if you want me on Instagram, it's CLOGLO.
CLOGLO.
And you'll see a lot of stuff about Toronto and then my life traveling, those kinds of things.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
this is great. This is a perfect summer moment. It's like warm weather Toronto, you know? Outdoors eating, cooking outdoors. And not just an average barbecue, but like a creative, inventive thing. And then great energy and spirits together. Take good care. Bye-bye. Here we go. The cars come out. Afton Avenue and Beaconsfield. Alright. You know, I find stuff. God, it's probably upside down because the camera upside down, but I hope it's not. Well, I can always flip it around. We'll see. Ciao. Yes, I was winking. You can't see it, but I was winking. All right, continue my southern walk home. Nunu is where I'm headed. Nunu, Ethiopian fine foods. Get my little barbecue chicken and God, with a liver pate and that wonderful bread she makes with some couscous. That's the dinner that I'm aiming for. Summertime, and listen, we are going through a tough, rough time in my family right now, and so I am just pleasuring myself where I can.